It's happened again. The hate crimes unit investigates a brutal beating in Hell's Kitchen.
In the latest attack on an Asian New Yorker, a woman was heading to church when she was kicked to the sidewalk. CBS 2's Allie Bauman reports.
Police say the 65-year-old victim is hospitalized with serious injuries. The hate crimes task force is condemning a nearby security guard who they say stood by and did nothing. Surveillance video shows a man kick a 65-year-old woman to the ground, stomping on her several times before police say he made anti-Asian statements. Sources tell CBS 2 he also said, "You don't belong here," and then...
Alright, this just happened pretty recently in New York, and there are 4 things America's fake news media don't want you to know about this story. The first one is the race or the ethnicity or skin color of the perpetrator, and as you can see here, this guy or the perpetrator is black. Second, that the victim is a Filipino-American. She's 65 years old and she's on the way to the church before she met this black thug. The third one is that Democrats and the fake news media help cultivate these anti-Asian sentiments or racism or hate crime in the United States. And the fourth one is that they're not going to tell you that most of these anti-Asian hate crimes or violence in America were perpetrated in solid Democrat cities and states. So these are the cities and states of Joe Biden, of the Democrat Party, the party of racism and slavery and Ku Klux Klan in America. So let me just tell you that there are 2 reasons why this happened in the United States. Again, as I said in this video, I posted this previously. The truth is, fake news and Democrats help cultivate anti-Asian sentiments and racism in the United States. For example, the affirmative action in America. Okay, this is one example that I'm going to give you. Affirmative action that is designed to help blacks and minorities is actually anti-Asian. Okay, it discriminates against Asian, and this is one of the racist projects of American Democrats and liberals in the United States. It is discriminatory against Asians and whites, and in fact, because of this, Asians or many Asian groups filed discrimination cases against Yale and Harvard and Ivy League schools in the United States for discriminating against Asians in college entrance examinations. So it was filed years before, I think 2013, but then when creepy Joe Biden won the election, Joe Biden's DOJ dropped these cases filed by Asian Americans, okay, because they don't want this case to prosper in the courts. And another thing is that if you notice, the security guard did not help the woman, the 65-year-old Filipino woman, and even close the door for her or against her. Okay, the security guard closed the door and did not help. Why did this happen? Why did the security guard refuse to help? One thing that I can tell you is because of the toxic feminism in America. The feminists are telling you that, hey, you don't have to be gentleman. If you're gonna be gentleman, F you. Okay? They don't want men to help women because they think that is, a sign of patriarchy. Okay? So of course, men, hesitate to help women because of this mentality of some women that if you're gonna help them, that is a sign of patriarchy or misogynism. And the second one is the George Floyd issue. Okay, again, the perpetrator is black. In fact, the security guard of that establishment is black as well. So if you happen to know the case of George Floyd, the police officers tried to arrest or to stop George Floyd, but George Floyd, who was under the influence of fentanyl, tried to resist. And we now have a case ongoing in the United States, and this is the case of Derek Chauvin, the police officer who was accused of killing George Floyd. And that's the reason why security officers or enforcers hesitate to arrest or stop black guys who are trying to spread violence in America, and that's the reason why many anti-Asian violence perpetrated by black guys. If you notice the videos, the people don't want to interfere because they don't want to be accused of racist or racism, and they don't want trouble. That's the case, or the politics of racism in America, fanned by racist Democrats and white liberals.